Chris, keep tapping for me. I'm hearing it here, but I'm not hearing it.
Well, there's a delay here.
Yeah, but I'm not.
We're not even at the half step. Or
Should have been rather than shade this $0. You know,
What I,
we're not in audio.
Oh, you started. Or you I know I ain't got better looking, so. Yeah, I was looking to see on.
I volume it there.
I didn't know you got those. It's easier for us to work. So I'm sure. Right, this is really fun, I'm sure, so I still wanted, but I don't see it. So something like this comes up there, I put it. That's really actually, that's the thing.
I don't know where I have the volume. I hear it. He's tapping there. I mean, you can hear him there, but you can't hear it out in the world.
Yeah, so that. Sorry.
That was just.
Oh, it might just be the delay because he hasn't started tapping here yet.
Yeah, and I just went by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just not that. Chris.
Hey guys. You do have district school, this one is, please hold it down.
So that's gonna use the microphone here. Watch you.
Okay, I think I got it. It's
That's what he liked.
that one, because that's coming across there.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay.
Set for now.
Yes, sir. As long as this is good battery, because I have a feeling our meeting's gonna be a while.
It should last 6 hours.
Okay,
At least no one's, yeah, they last pretty long.
okay.
Yeah.
Same, okay, it's the same one. Okay, gotcha. That one's been plugged in all night, so it should be good. Yay. Thank you.
There's a beginning, fill us out, and you got the beginning. We have to address when we get that, we can only address.
Yes, sir.
So we'll comment anything else. Okay.
You have a good record going on, beyond the wall. This is allowing everybody. People that don't know. One off with this person definitely. This is our.
Shelley.
How about you do this morning? All right, it's 9 o'clock, I'll call one of the guys before the board of Tuesday, and then we'll come in and about from the committee to ask this dog, call the roll.
Judge Gray,
Here.
Commissioner Weir, Commissioner Cooper,
Here.
Commissioner Weisman,
Here.
Commissioner White.
Here. Good morning, all.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Please remain standing for the invocation.
Heavenly Father, on this day, may we remember that we always have a seat in your table, a place of mercy, a place of rest, a place where we belong. Father, please guide our decisions and steady our thoughts. Help us to focus on what is in front of us and release what we cannot control. Remind us that if you change our plans, it's because you are protecting our future. Father, we pray that we are safe. We pray that we are healthy. We thank you that we are free. We thank you and pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Father, thank you for doing that. I know it's all dull and comfortable, but I can. Every single person is with the little years of living. For lots of reasons, one is it will be like, Johnson City has a public center. Sorry about this one. All right. Moving to item one, your agenda, is your consideration of the minutes of the,
Make a motion, we dispense with reading of the minutes and accept them as presented.
is there a second?
Second.
Before your discussion, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Sorry. Opposed? Motion carries. Item two.
Was there, public comment?
No.
Never look complicated. I thought it was one. Moving to item two. Line item transfers, there are none, so we move to item three.
Make a motion to approve the outstanding bills in the amount of $626,525.04 and ratify the bills in the amount of $11,227.50.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item four, Ms. Howard.
Good morning. As you can see, I brought some kiddos with me today. So I just wanted to highlight their successes at, different things this year. One thing that they participated in, most of them, not all of them, were some major stock shows. Of course, they were all at our county stock show as well, but, they participated in the Heart of Texas, State Fair, Health District Grandstand, Fort Worth, San Angelo, San Antonio, Houston, and Austin. They also participated in some contests throughout the year. Just last week, we had 7 members participating in our District 10 4-H roundup. That contest happens twice a year, one in December, one in April. We had a livestock judging team, which we've had for the last few years as well. They placed second, which is an improvement from fifth place last year, so I'm very proud of them. We also had a plant ID team, which was brand new for us this year, as well as a livestock scale-a-thon team, which was also brand new. Our plant ID team also got second place, so I'm very proud of them for that and their coaches that helped do that. They need valuable experience in evaluation, decision-making, and public speaking, so hopefully I can get them up here to speak to you guys here in just a second. Our BB gun team also went to nationals again last year during the summer. And, we had one, member participate in a first ever District 10 archery contest in December, and, he got second place in that, so we're super happy for him. He's here with us, and he's going to talk about that. AgriLife and most school districts have a hand in our Montgomery County Youth Show, and they asked me to share some numbers with you guys, they were about it, okay? So we had 189 exhibitors in the county show this year. With that, there were 332 entries, so most exhibitors have multiple entries in the show to come up with that number. Our total sale amount was $784,227.50. Our dates for next year, for the 2027 show, are January 4th and 5th. And the sale is gonna be January 23rd, just so that we didn't run on top of, other sales that are going on around the same time. So kiddos, if you want me to share some things, Preston, you want to go first? No, okay, why don't you go first? I wanted Graham, I'm 7 years old. I should live and go to Happy Lifestyle Church. I competed in the District 10 roundup for lifestyle judging. I got 7th overall, individual, second team. I won chicken goats. What did you show at majors? I showed lambs and goats at majors at Hill District Grandstand, Iowa won. In South Avenue. Yeah, she did awesome this year. We're super proud of her. And if y'all want to trade out.
What days you talking about?
I showed at Hill District Grandstand, State Fair, Texas, San Angelo, Houston, Austin, That's a hard one, I'll probably stay there.
There's a lot of distraction.
Yes, sir.
Stop judging.
Yes, sir.
Activity. Is that the same one she mentioned a minute ago, or is?
I'm in middle school, yes, sir. I'm
Is
just,
that the same team she mentioned a minute ago?
yes,
But it's not a high school team.
No.
Is there a high school team or a middle school team, or is it all one team?
I'm an ethnic team, but I can't do that.
And so you're judging the game,
Yes, sir.
you're not judging our facilities or we,
No, sir, not.
you don't have that.
We do not have that.
Did you know that, county judge in Llanos, daughter, is a national champion, was a national champion in high school for league judging?
I do not know.
And all the way aware of actually somewhere, and got a pretty good scholarship out of it. Now a lawyer and things like that. But yeah, I don't know what's expecting, so kind of dinner with her. Apparently, we did a week, just like if we did today, I'm one.
Yes, sir. A lot of my friends are judging me, but we don't have a team for that. But once I get in high school, I can judge.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe you'll be the second national champion from our area.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. I have a ball fit and I did the district team part two outside place. I also was on the Orange Beaver national team. And we, yeah, so, but when I did NIP. We got like,
So, what kind of plans?
next, just kinds of tech.
And you will maybe a line. Poison ivy.
It was practice, and it was, so it was like a, they were, it was all actual.
And, where did you judge?
We in the Gillespie County Fair.
Go to, you went to the, beyond, in your archery, you went beyond the.
No, because there was no state.
Okay, there's not.
Yeah.
What about in shooting?
Yes, we went to,
That's in our.
yes.
How'd that go? Okay, are there others on your road here that you, would actually,
You might well.
you know, you know, if any of you, have gardening interests? Because you know, there's this thing, when they're down the list called master garden. And, it would be really nice to see younger people starting to take an interest in it. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Yes, sir.
I'm Preston Grady, I've been showing here for the last 3 years, I've been fortunate enough to, Sherwood County, Cranston, Fort Worth, Austin, and Houston. For many years now.
It is.
And I was also privileged enough to play 16 years in the so, I'm pretty excited about that, my first major, so, very first major, so, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
So, you ever gotten, you gotta go to the forward show, you know, it's like, but I always thought it was cool to just go around and Coliseum and consider, yeah, actually all of us, what's it like?
It's amazing, it's a really cool experience, it's my favorite bubble.
Really?
Actually, well, besides just seeing posting, but, it's a cool experience, there's so many people there, there's 4 Paragon, I think, and so it's just huge. And it's just a nice experience overall.
As she mentioned, the Hill District, we had our, behind our local shows at the next day.
Yes, sir.
It used to be her.
It wasn't terrible, but the Mars traffic split up. And so ours is kind of, I don't know where it is, I mean, it's kind of by near Comfort. But, so they can split the lines and have, the show at the same time. So it's still about critical.
You know, steers for 10 years. So we did other animals, and I was convinced that probably get out and steers needed a whole lot of Barbie accessories. Yeah, blow dryer, there's some this and that, and the other, and stuff.
Yes, sir.
You had that over the years, I guess, accumulate a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir. It was quite a bit. Yes, sir. And my sister did it before me, so I kind of my own same stuff.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a junior right now.
You're what?
The junior in keep my name.
You got one more shot.
Yes, sir. I do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing it.
Hi, my name is Blue Robot, and I do all the above, except for archery, and instead of showing sheep and goats, I show pigs. And I do another contest called Commercial Steers, where, well, I call it. But me and my cousin Andy, we buy four sheep, and we put them on feed. And then we keep records about of like what vaccines they get and stuff like that. And then they're slaughtered and we get judged about how well the carcass looks, like marbling and their body area. And we take a test. And we give a speech, like a presentation, with a slideshow. And yeah, it's really fun. I haven't won it. But
How many are in your band?
I have me, my sister, and both of my parents.
And then your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin, I have 4 cousins.
Okay, but the one that you last year. How big is it her or you?
And her name's Andy, she's her.
Okay, how big is her family?
So she has 2 sisters and a brother, and her mom.
Like, you're about 7 or 8 and a half people. So how big are y'all's breeding?
We currently have 3 freezers. We have the deep freezer, 2, the chest freezer, 2 fridges with freezers in the bottom. Because we make our own sausage and we have to have a lot of room.
That's big, like, you said, 4 years.
Yeah, we don't keep their carcasses.
No.
No, we don't. I don't actually know where they go afterward. I'll have to check, but,
You're the one.
yeah. Well, usually they are eggs.
What's your favorite food?
I really like eggs. Definitely not long stuff.
What's your favorite pig?
That's a hard one. Typically, I would go with Berkshire or New Hampshire, because that's who I usually share.
Yeah. Anything else you want to know?
Nothing else. Unless something comes to me.
Oh, you want to come on.
All right.
Thank you.
My name is Emma Wilson and I'm in 7th grade. I compete in, or I don't compete in archery, but I go to the archery practices. I competed in the national young team and I was also part of the IB team. Can I team? Yes, sir. No, we didn't see any of those in competition.
The plans you're looking at are fine.
Mostly grass.
Okay.
Some of them are new, some of them are introduced, some of them are good, some of them not good. Yeah, some of them are weeds.
You have an app on your phone that you think is good and does it with it.
I do not.
No, you are not part of the competition.
What do you think about National Garden program?
I feel like that's something I'd be interested in as I get a little older.
So, that they do a lot of things that I don't know about, but, I don't know if you noticed when you came in this morning, some of the plants and things that are out there that are labeled.
Yeah.
And here is things with the garden. Goes out with them a lot.
Yeah, I've always,
They help the family.
my mom gardens a lot and get a lot of roots from that, and I've always just like to help her a little bit.
So, we'll need those, how would you?
Her squashes are good, let's say that. Squashes. That's possible.
I mean, how should you? Oh, appreciate it. Anything else?
That's it.
Well, we're certainly glad you could, think about that, or. Yeah, like a subject.
Hello, guys, on LinkedIn. I'm writing on this, and this year I showed the dates, and I did the livestock dosing, and the first year to do the field one.
And your favorite gig is?
That actually is fun, and it's kind of fun. We find every part of the spots. It's
Yeah, they tend to go their own way, right? So what show did you do?
we did, Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Houston.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
what's your favorite?
Probably Fort Worth because it's the best one. It's like when you've been.
I'm gonna go out on one here, just take a chance, I don't mind answer this. What's the longest line you waited?
Probably Houston.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot more people.
I was going to San Antonio, takes forever. So, what were you doing last year?
Yes, sir.
And so you got me again.
Yes, I guess so.
Then the, what grade?
I'm in sixth grade right now.
Sixth grade.
Yes, sir.
So where did you see you for, doing the, hardly think you were going to see you for something.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. What else would you like to tell us?
This year I'm showing a spirit, and his name is Pound King.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll dig in.
How'd you get that steer?
Oh, my sister was in the cat scramble, and my parents like doing online bids, and my mom went to school.
And so you don't do any cash for yourself?
No, sir.
She was, she older?
Yes, sir. She's a freshman.
Oh. Okay.
She's going for the FSA office. She had her speech.
What about?
They just go based off his place.
Yeah. Well, that's an honor and an obligation to do. I was an officer in the January one. It's a good thing. It, for all your procedures, also it's do better than the 5 less than.
Oh, that.
So, are you going to do the rest of the gas string?
Yes, sir, like my eighth grade year, Fort Worth has, you can do it your eighth grade year, and everywhere else is your better.
Okay, so you're going forward.
Yes, sir.
You're ready. Okay. Finish you? Okay. Right with it, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think you have to, I think, yeah, now all you gotta do is grab it.
no, this one you have to put the whole.
Oh. All. Wow. Fire stuff.
Yes, but sometimes they help you, that you get to tell them how you. You have to get them to tell them the front.
Yeah. What do you think about Carmen?
But they will be dead the next day.
Oh, you're like me.
Yeah, I was. That we all in?
Nathan.
Anything else to look up? Well, thank you so much for being there.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking time to hear them. I'm sure that they were a joy for that, but for today, kind of moving on, we are also celebrating National Volunteer Month this month of April. Just the numbers from last year for, the full 2025, our 4-H and youth had 96 volunteers contributed, 1,947 hours to our programs in 2025. We have 5 4-H clubs currently. Our managers are Julie and Robert Allison with our shotgun program, Deanna and Gordon Dowdy with our BB gun program, Miss Carrie Thomas, Jesse Snow, and Debbie Saltmeyer. Miss Deanna Dowdy is actually our new secretary. She just started with us this week. You want to wait? And we are so blessed to have her with us. She's been a big help already. So, we just want to thank our 4-H volunteers for all their hard work to make our clubs and programs run successfully. Another volunteer program we have are our Master Gardeners, Angel Wave. I know I just brought them not too terribly long ago, but it's National Volunteer Month, so, the more the merrier. But we had 26 volunteers in 2025 that contributed 1,920 hours. Which actually in terms of dollar value, that equates to $66,800.28. They celebrated their 30th anniversary this year, and we had our plant sale this past Saturday, which was our best one yet. And I have our president, Charlie, if he would like to come up and say a few words.
Judge, Commissioners. My name is Charlie Busher, and I'm the president of Master Gardeners. So thank you so much for promoting Master Gardeners with all our kiddos today. And hopefully we'll have continued growth of our junior Master Gardener program. This year we started focus on junior Master Gardeners in Blanco ISD and Johnson City ISD. And we're proud to say we have 3 students this year. So better than last year, which was 0. So, we intend on growing our junior Master Gardener program and really engaging with 4-H, and so we appreciate their support of that as well. As Carly mentioned, this is our 30th year of anniversary, here in Blanco County, so we're proud of that. But most importantly, the plant sale that we had last weekend, we raised money to afford scholarships for our students in Blanco County. So this year, the class of 2026, we will be giving away $3,000 in scholarships, which is really exciting. And next year we'll be giving away even more money to our students here locally. I encourage them to stay engaged with our community as well. So thank you for listening.
It is definitely going to be volunteer, that's all you're saying.
Yes, it is.
There's no test.
No, it's just a commitment to give back to the community, but also there's 20 hours of instruction that is required to become a Master Gardener. For our junior Master Gardener program, no, we are welcoming all students, if you will.
You don't discriminate when people like this, probably myself and black,
We'd love to have it.
very good.
Thank you for your time.
And sorry, we actually, have a little gift here. This is their, contributions to your Blanco County are $66,000 that they contributed in volunteer service hours. I wanted to see if y'all might be comfortable taking a picture with our, Master Gardeners over here, and that's okay. Y'all wanna come up? You don't have to.
Yeah.
Everybody, support about the.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Before we get to the right way, and what is the end of what we just said? So you're one of the newest
Early.
employees, and I want to recognize you and make sure everyone knows who you are. And you say, access, that's all we know, these things. I know that rural is really about what is the background. Okay, so I want to personally convey my thanks because if you actually, you're making a sacrifice to be here as I see it, and so I want to tell you how much love we have in these days. You know that.
Yeah. Still a sacrifice, but thank you.
Well, anything that you want to say?
I'm just glad to be here, finally glad to be working back home. Been 38 years driving back and forth to Fredericksburg, you know, right. So I really appreciate y'all. Firing me on. I will do my best.
Start with that.
And I just wanted to say, for these kids that were in here today, I'm still on part of our shooting sports class, so we love having them. We've been in shooting sports, we've been at 22 years now. 20 years we've instructed. So taking kids to national competition 6 times now, that's a pretty big deal for a small county. And we're just excited and feel very privileged to be able to do that.
I wouldn't be as school because it seems like every time we come around, y'all get to go to the office.
I know.
That's great.
We are, we're very proud. It's humbling sometimes because we run across kids that are grown and they'll, you know, see us in the store or wherever and they're like, hey, we still do this and we still do this now that they learned, you know. And now they've got kids and they're very proud of that. We're kind of thought about stepping down after a little while and keep saying, I'm getting too old for this. And I'm like, And now Chelsea has her first baby and she's like, no, Dad, you have to teach. You have to teach her too. So I don't know, but he's in it for the long, so we're excited to stay here. So I appreciate you having me on and the best of the county.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a shot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Listen.
Good morning. I wanted to invite Blanco County employees to participate in the Walk Across Texas History Program. Last year, we had 31 employees participate and they were awarded 4 hours of annual leave, which I know they appreciate and love. Last year, we did the Runaway Straight version of the Walk Across Texas History, and we walked 3,012 miles. That was 7 teams and a few, I guess we had 9 that were not county employees in the county that participated too. So there is another version of the Walk Across Texas History program, and it's the state historical sites. It's put together by the Texas Historical Commission and AgriLife. And it's 540 miles per person in a 4-week period. It was 4 weeks last year too. The traditional program is 8 weeks. 18 or 8 people on a team for 8 weeks. So we can do whatever sounds good. I like the 4-week program. I think it would be really good if we get the whole thing done in May. Maybe even start on May 3rd. I'm going to schedule it to start any Sunday of the year. So.
What do you want
Yes, but my recommendation is the state historical sites.
And I guess are you asking me that we do program by 5, 6 so that the employees can get a 1/2 day of administrative leave? Is that complete?
Yes, I am.
Anything else?
I just want to add that I had a lot of tags last year. One employee said she had not been that interested in Texas history, but the program got her interested. We also, learned that it helps with the accountability to moving, you know, a team is waiting on you to participate. And other people have their families walk with them, which is also good.
Yeah, I think the thing about the Texas history aspect for me was, I know this from school of history, but it sort of emphasized how slowly you travel back there. Yes.
Oh, good.
So maybe we have these warring armies just, they go right across the river from each other, in camp. Filling out, waiting for the next big battle. They were pretty close to each other.
That's right.
But it's not like that you just pick up and run over it, it's not that easy.
No, not like we can rush to San Antonio or Austin now, so.
It's really right there in each program.
It's different to learn history as an adult than when I was in Texas history in seventh grade, and I'm like, did they teach me this? And I know the answer is yes, but I didn't recall it from when I was 13, so it's nice to get a refresher and learn about our history.
So you would like to see one of your commissioners make a motion to adopt the program and including the award of administrative work for
Yes,
employees.
don't forget that part.
That-
We want to reward our employees, also a reminder that it says healthy and complete the program. That's right. Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, I don't know if you could point me out, but it's, what we're really doing, somebody else among them.
That's right. And we know it's the easiest thing that we can all do is just put on a pair of shoes and go outside or walk on a treadmill or just get moving and find sites around you where it's safe and easy to walk. So yes, I would love to hear that motion.
Commissioner? Anyone?
I'll move that, Plato County participate in Walk Across Texas 4-week walk, which will start May 3rd, 2026. And it includes 4 hours of administrative leave for county employees that participate.
Is there a second?
I'll say.
Commissioner Sweeter. Discussion. You did the 4 hours, what you got to do?
You have to complete the program, 540 miles,
On your own.
with the team.
Okay.
Yes,
All that is in my motion.
And the team, is whoever's on the team.
whoever you would like to walk with is 8 people on the team. And it could be if you wanted to invite a friend in another town, it could be anybody. And you don't have to walk together, just have to report your mileage.
Sure. So I don't get administrative leave, they don't get administrative leave, my wife doesn't get administrative leave, but we can be on a team.
That's right. But you're gonna improve your health and reduce your risk of chronic diseases.
Further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried.
Okay, thank you. So, did you say that again?
Well, the issue first, the president, and the other thing, with the, it's almost back to the.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
Item 6 on your agenda is, a recognition of normal awareness month, and I asked, what's happened to come in today, somebody to do that. And, I didn't, have anything. I thought it might be a good idea, and on my way, the constable who is chiefly responsible for mental health, what do you call it, enforcement, mental health.
Crisis intervention, mental health.
So you wanna keep that word or anything on there?
What I was, I'm the captain of the community permitting program,
This is Ms. Sonia Torres. She is our qualified mental health professional that is employed by our local mental health authority, which is, Gilchrist MHD. And she is embedded in our program with us, so she's here Monday through Friday with me. Any crisis situations that we have during the week, we're able to respond to immediately, by us being able to respond like that. We've drastically cut down on the number of hospitalizations we've had to perform. We've also cut down on the number of people going to ER where they get to go to the health facility. Because she's able to perform the assessment in person and then work on, getting this direct placement into a facility, which is the best care for the patient, because ER is not the spot. And also it allows us to try our best to help the law enforcement in jails with that bring there. Because situations that are caused by the clinical scene, instead of people getting unnecessary charges, we're able to go out and do evaluations, determine issues more mental health than is legal, and we're able to divert them away from jail and get them help they need.
So I think it's fair to say that over the years, we've had our share of frustrations with the bureaucracy of the NHPD.
Yes.
And I say that lovingly because I'm on the board. In this case, Sonia is fully funded.
Sonia is fully funded by MHD. MHD also funds 50% of our mental health deputy that works out of Josh's office.
And so it's a pretty big benefit we're getting, 5 days a week.
It's a major benefit.
When she got the issues with Megan.
Yes, yes, sir.
1 second. When help
What's not prepared for this?
Well, you don't have to say anything, that's all I understand.
I will just say that it has been amazing to be able to be part of the community. Mental health doesn't discriminate, everybody's affected by it one way or another, whether that's a loved one, a family member, or a friend, and so generally when we come into the picture, it's not on your very best day. But we can definitely see that there are many improvements in the lives of the people that we're serving. So it's just an amazing program.
I usually will say, you might have a problem with this, but you're paying the MHD, you're fully right.
Yes.
And you've been with us how long now?
Just over a year.
And would you agree or disagree with me that you have pretty much become a Blanco County, a member of the Blanco County family?
Yes, sir.
And your perspective is no longer having anything that is further.
Yes, sir.
What I thought.
One of the biggest things that something touched on is the relationships we get to build with our citizens that are going through this crisis. It's not just this one-time incident, they're battling with this condition the rest of their lives. And it's something they've been battling with up until this point, and it's a whole litany of issues. This relationship that this team can build with these individuals, not just in this incident of saving a life, but hopefully about a quality of life. And it goes beyond this one time, because we also bring them home. If they're a County resident, we don't just drop them off at the hospital in San Antonio or Austin and say good luck. They gotta come back here, they're part of our community. So that's another big part of that. And then with that, we have this relationship we form that unfortunately the truth of it is we're likely gonna deal with them again. Even if it's a follow-up, it's an allocation, something to that extent, we can hopefully lessen the next incident if there were to be one. So it's all based on that relationship.
What's, and you get some funding too, now, right?
Yes, that's additionally through MHUB, it funds the CIT.
And it's the contribution, like, okay, contribute some, they contribute some.
Yes, sir.
What does it give you?
It's a dedicated officer with the training needed to carry out the law enforcement portion of the emergency, and we'll get to that point, but also that relationship portion of trying to ease this individual's crisis. So it gives us another officer on the ground, it helps with our training board. It's more resources that, because it's not just one person involved in this.
And what do you think the record is for the number of people in crisis that were transported in a single day?
Three. And that's been, and often that's to San Antonio and back, then to Austin and back, and in the middle of the night, hey, you gotta run, pick this one up and run to another part of the state. And that's thankfully, the on-call rotation we have, it comes up on the weekends, it comes up after hours, because unfortunately we can't set crisis for just Monday through Friday to 5. And it seems like weather and holidays play a factor too, yeah.
And I would also add to what you said, Stuart Jordan is our CIT deputy. He helps in a multifaceted way. He does something in foreign need, and some of our kids that we serve as well as somebody else. So, to bridge the gap with the help, you know, bring it to where it's not law enforcement against them, the ones that are involved with the mental health. It's the really trying to gel us so that it is a comprehensive treatment for the people of your children.
And that's helped with the involvement in both licenses. Both schools have been, very receptive to this. They're happy to have, Wes and Sonia and Megan and Stuart in there. We have a wellness fair coming up this Thursday, 4 to 6. We'll be there. It's, where we can be to kind of lessen this image of the cops coming for you, and that crisis is the stigma we're trying to get that.
Commissioners, you always give about any other month or maybe.
Excuse me, Judge, let me work on that. Recognize some other folks that are here this morning.
Oh, sure.
So if I will come up, this is part of the MHPD team back here. And then we have Ms. Perkins, who works with our, she works as a social worker with the Public Defender's Office to help us facilitate who would have people who are, in crisis or in jail or facing charges. We work closely with them to try to find ways to help them once they get out of jail, try to end the repeat cycle of admissions by getting them parole.
Well, let's introduce yourself.
Laura Sandoval, I'm the clinic director for the lecture, and we have a couple of our staff. My name is Marilyn, she's gonna be our care specialist, today's actually her second day. She's a mental health care specialist, with lived experience, sharing her experience from other people and really just being that care for them when they need it the most.
So when you're with someone, you can say, and you say, I know how you feel, you really do. Okay.
My name is Rachel, I've been with MHPD for a year now, and I work with individuals on being connected to resources, they're not eligible for services with us, or, at any point, between appointments, so we can use housing resources.
And do you graduate high school this year?
No, I graduated university years ago.
You just look pretty.
And my name is Angela, I'm the office coordinator in Fredericksburg at the Pleasant County Clinic. But I also help with the Lincoln County Clinic for providing medication to people who might not have insurance and that can't afford to have it. Angela is also married to our local officer. Yes.
My name is Kyle Perkins. I'm a result caseworker with the Norfolk Country Public Defender's Office. Work primarily on misdemeanors and true crimes. So we have first standards that we social worker that has mostly. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Benitez. I'm Director of Children's Services at Norfolk Country MHPD. I've been with the organization about 9 years now, and I oversee youth and children specialized services and programming and support them as they're working their way through mental health and behavioral services.
So this proclamation is a big deal for all of them, right? For all counties. And activities important, right? You I'm used to, because, you use the city, we're on the board, you use the city over to the side. With a knowing look on your face, but I don't know what it is you have. All right, commissioners, you want care to?
I'll make a motion to declare May as Mental Health Awareness Month in Blanco County.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed. I think it goes on without saying, and thank all of you for what you do, because, that, this is, I just wouldn't do your job. This is really hard. But thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't see them on the, I don't know the days of the week.
They never gave me anything.
Yeah, so, plan I'm setting is, that's the contractor of the project across the street to, they have stuff as a painter and, because everybody is out of the courthouse presently, and they're already going to remake the courtroom, some of the upstairs, a couple of the offices coming down to the floor offices in the downstairs. And it seemed like it was, silly not to, at least consider finishing painting the rest of the first floor walls, where he's out of the farm, et cetera, so, and so we were supposed to have a bid, I guess, for a changeover, possibly paint the downstairs. It's not ready yet, so I'm gonna skip the sides on the division, but reserve the spot and bring it back once we get the painting list item A. So, our architect, engineer, and the primary contractor, J.C. Stoddard met with, some of us a while back, and, had some definite opinions about going forward, with the last spectacular event and how it, affects the courthouse. And there were some things that were said, I think the commissioner and the board needs to hear the group, not just me. And there's some recommendations that they have and some thoughts on how to go forward. And so I think we have today, overseeing, and we have our architects and, client, I don't see Jeff, but I will be there. But if you two want to come on.
He was hiding.
Sorry.
More.
And then let's see, and I met Mr. Mango.
Yes, sir.
So our actual, the guy that put that big three red roof, or is putting that big three red roof on there, this year as well.
Yeah.
And, I'll give you the lead, but I'd really rather come out of your mouth, what you have to say, you're on okay with something, but the lead is, there's a warranty on that roof, and that roof is, a little different than the one that was taken off in terms of, surface thickness and all of that. And there's definitely some thoughts about safety and liability and what maybe shouldn't be done going forward. I don't think anybody in here, certainly don't think any creative are suggesting filling for the program, filling the,
No.
but you want to tell the commissioners that there are some definite changes that really have to be made. And I was open for meeting.
Well, first of all, Tommy with Bengal Roofing are. They've installed a great roof up there, and I'm very pleased how the seams are. And then the cupola itself is of a different metal. It's term coated stainless is the the best level we could ever install. And it has a lot more perpetuity than any other methods. And so that's at the very crown of the roof itself. And the warranty is what, the roof itself will perform well. And, the issue is what happens afterwards. How you manage it. I know that the gutters and so forth have to be managed. But the bottom line is, these guys, our project manager of the Stoddard Construction, pretty much stands up, with the fact that there's a certain way to manage the project. After it's complete, we also have maintenance. We're concerned about that, in equal areas. And, the big thing about the metal roof is that it performs well. And the only thing that it ultimately will be exposed to is our hail country that we live in. Other than that, the key is how do we access it and maintain, and that's, we all have opinions about that. It takes a professional, company that's certified, has a liability and insurance to get up there and put your lighting up. And there are certain ways, I've talked to several, people that do that or have done that and continue to do that, that they're trained to do that. And, whatever damage they do, they have to stand behind it and protecting the county if anything happens, but your questions.
Well, let's go piece by piece. So there was a time when, the lights were on with various kinds of apparatuses. There was time when they was some screw holes, including the old, there was time when they used these clips that particularly like. And I can't remember, I don't think you were being preached. I think their line was, I think, Sam was one safety issue with there. And, the clips, I don't know, I was hoping you would say, because I don't know who wants to say it, but I guess I have to lay it out there and you can just say yes or no, but the clips have the potential of avoiding our life.
Yes, there are approved clips that you can buy, for over a double outstanding seam, that's what you have in your roof. That, they're putting these solar panels and whatnot. I think the biggest issue is you have a paint finish warranty. That paint's gonna be there for 20 years. You get people working up there, installing things, scratching the paint, all of a sudden you get a little water in it, freeze-thaw cycle, starts busting your paint open. Or they get up there to hang lights and the only way they're gonna walk on that roof is in the valleys. And now you got foot traffic in your valleys, taking your paint off. Now we got rust issues. So my suggestion would be, number one, like Stan said, hire a company that does this for a living. The best thing you can do is have an outside company that does it. They're insured, they have knowledge, I know it's a volunteer organization. I live in this county, I know what the light spectacular means to this city. But all those volunteers are putting the county at risk. They're not insured, the county's insured. So you gotta look at it, as a contractor, that's the way I look at it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to do things, but I'm gonna give you the red flags, and that would be a red flag for me. If you presented to me, and Ron, said, this is our plan, this is how we want the lights to be. During construction, we could probably possibly come up with some solutions to help ease the burden of the lights. One of the things we talked about earlier was the courthouse is open right now. Put permanent floodlighting up on the cupola. They have lighting systems that change colors and where you can probably run it all year and have something for people to look at. But
and that's something that, although we see some of those photos of times past, they have some pretty elaborate lighting. There was one with a beautiful cross on the cupola. Yes, there's some pretty elaborate things. So I don't know how to do that, but couple of points. one, it would be your recommendation that to do that, let's just say you wanted to go back and make it look like a photo with the cross and everything else, and do it like, do that. Your recommendation is they should access it like you access it now practically with one of these big, bandwidths versus climbing up through that.
Yes, sir, the attic is, it's gonna be dangerous to get through now, with all the steel I put in and all the LVLs, you're not gonna. It's not gonna happen, it was tight access to begin with.
I would do is, how do you put this on camera? The old courthouse, excuse me, the old jail, played going for quite a while, and ultimately, the county took it up and did some refurbishing. Then it was determined that maybe all came more festive looking during the black, when the squares all lit up. And, the policeman crew, we managed to anchor some holes or cables and straighten the lights without affecting the roof or the building lights. And it makes me wonder if anchors under the eaves of the courthouse, bringing cables and then hang up the lights like they had done. That you're what, 3 inches difference in height, but you basically still are hanging the lights like they've been hung.
We were talking about that this morning, there's a little bit of fascia board left under the gutter. And it seems to be solid wood, and that was one of our suggestions, if some eye hooks could be put in there and some cable could be stretched. All of that lighting could be hung off of that cable. To do the little stone towers around the courthouse, you know, if something could be clipped onto those lights and just ran up and wrapped around each one of those stone towers from the outside.
They're actual chimneys.
The chimneys, yes. The cupola is another, you know, we saw some stuff, online when we were digging around, they have magnetic Christmas lights now. That people actually stick on metal roofs of their house, they don't fasten in any way other than with a magnet. That would possibly be a solution of the ridges of the courthouse, but again, you're walking on the roof when you're doing all that. It would just, the cupola that wouldn't work with is stainless steel, it's obviously not magnetic. Nothing like that would work up there. But there is a solution for the fascia, something similar to what you described. And access in the attic, like everybody just said, it's pretty much congested to the point. If you're not a contortionist, you're not getting to that hatch anymore. If you're not going to the cupola.
So the question I have is the electrical. In your theory, I mean, I've seen the pictures of the way that they do their lighting. And if we was to hire a professional lighting installer, Christmas lighting installer to do that, how could we pre-position outlets for them to access and plug into that's not?
And that's kind of something we've all been discussing as well.
Do you remember? Maybe it was the engineer, or somebody at the table was saying one odd optional idea is to run line, I don't know if we're actually there's run line up the chimneys. And drop them down the backside of the width of all the box on the backside of each.
That was discussed at one point. We're not opposed to that. We don't really want to see a lot of holes through the metal roof that you're just creating another place for water to infiltrate. If a company would come up with the lighting design and they could say, it would be great if we had electricity here, here, and here. You know, we'll pull cables, we'll build extension cords, you know, if you could give us power in these 3 or 4 spots, we could put all that infrastructure in right now for that. But we don't have the capability of doing that, and we don't know anyone that does really stands out, commercial lighting, you know, he may have talked to, but so someone could provide us with a plan and tell us where those points would be, we would have no problem getting those points installed.
What's your deadline for this?
You'll be finished on the good one the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We don't really like that one.
Yeah, and then the scaffold comes down and a couple of weeks after that, after it's painted. Anytime in the next month, month and a half. Give or take. We're still shooting to try to be done sometime around October. Was the plan.
Speaking of electrical, then electrical, I think this is the right here, and I probably hoping to say, let's talk about that later, maybe you already know what to say about it. At one point, one of you mentioned that there's a load problem on, I guess, the transformer, or wherever that is, on this side of the courthouse.
The electrician has looked into that. I'm just waiting for his response in letter form about it.
I did ask him to put it right.
Yes, he's gonna send that. There's been some changes to his investigative work out there. So he didn't send me the letter when I thought he was gonna send it. So he's revising it. He said he found almost a brand new panel up in the attic that we didn't see before. And for whatever reason, the panels that are humming were never taken out of the old overloaded panel and put into the new panel that was mounted up in the attic. So it's essentially simply take the circuits out of the old panel, put new breakers and circuits in the new panel, and the humming and the power is fixed. It is just, yes, it's distributed correctly. Yeah, the two or three little fuses that are up there now were over.
And what about the concern that somehow or other there's some power that is going around meters or?
Well, that was one of the contradictions he's working on right now.
Okay, so more to come. So if we have to come back, but mostly we come back, you're part of the project. It's not a special bill for you, right?
No,
Because this is a special bill for him. Because
we're available anytime you need us.
His meter runs when he's here.
I don't have a meter.
Because we're gonna need you to come back.
Sure.
But this electrician.
We'll have answers then. I don't know what's coming.
I don't know, I don't know if it really included, I don't know what the commissioner probably asked me, but the bottom line is, what, you were pretty frank with me that, that the licensed capital people should engage professionals like they do, like PEC does, and I guess like they do for the trees, because I think it's the same people that they do. And that people, as far as the five vote, for liability concerns, we should keep people off of the roof. Period.
Our whole thought process is from the liability standpoint, being coming from the contracting end of things. We're on jobs all the time, and somebody say, why do you need that? Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it ourselves. You got a brand new roof. That's gonna be good for another 75 years. None of us will probably be here by the time that roof needs to be replaced. And it's not a liability we think the county should take on. It should be someone insured, bonded. God forbid if someone runs an extension cord the wrong way and cuts it on a piece of metal and the building catches on fire. You're ultimately liable, it's your building, but there's no other entity after that.
There were lights up there that had been up there for a while, when we tore the roof off, that had bare wires sitting on the metal. Somebody accidentally plugs that in, it's gonna short out something and possibly cause an electrical fire.
What do you think about the idea of running electricity through the chimneys and down the backside with all the housing?
I would, if you're gonna go through the chimney and out the top instead of through my roof, I like it.
You can manage the water in a small cap, but
Yeah.
So, they're, I think I've heard that they're spending a lot of money in, improving the lighting, upgrading the lighting, and, that's something they're gonna, I figure out how to hang the lighting, and so you're
you're saying, you're building on what I asked, which is, there's a way to do it without having around the middle.
The perimeter lighting, yes, there should be an easy way to come up with an idea for that. Looking at the photograph, we looked at it again in the hallway inside the courthouse. The cupola will take some thought from, again, some professional lighting people would probably have ideas on how to do that, but it would, in our opinion, it would need to be something that's semi-permanent that could remain up year round and lights could be added to it. You know, at Christmas time, something simple, like something built for it that could just put that over the top ornament and you could drape the lights and then go up there and take the top ornament off and put it on, you know, next year. And the access from lifts, you know, from the outside of the door.
Breakfast or two, or whatever.
Yes, there could always be another box put under the cupola in a corner somewhere, you know, with outlets that they want to run extension cords to that. So they don't have to plug in all around on the grass, you know, with doors. And I know you'll still have some on the grass, but you could have some outlets and or you can fan up there on cupola somewhere. But again, if someone could come up with a design and say, if we run it this way, we probably need 5 locations, you know, scattered around to be able to plug into.
What did you tell me the trailers, you said it was gonna be galvanized?
No, sir, it's term coated stainless steel.
So even the railings, I know the Johnson thing is.
Yeah, anything that's flat or anything that we're remaking is gonna be term coated stainless, because it has a life 50 years longer than any galvanized stuff.
I can tell you, a royal flat roof historically would have been a term coated metal, living metal.
And the term will accept the new roof coat, the red roof coat.
It's something that fairly limited, it's like a hot solder or some kind of solder, process.
Everything's soldered.
So what's it gonna be this time?
Same thing.
Is that required because of the historical commission, or is that just the best way to do it?
That's required to keep water out of the rate.
And you design something that will last longer than 20 years is the 70+ year design.
Well, I guess maybe what I'm not asking very well is, will they be more secure? 'Cause
Yes, yes, sir. When we took them apart, we were really amazed they were still up there. And so we redesigned them with more bracing.
We're not only talking about the liability, though, we're talking about, what you're requiring to continue your warranty on it after you're finished.
Yes, sir.
So there's specifics you're asking us to do or not do, just so that we can have a one.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't want to safety, but we also spend quite a bit of money.
And I'm not speaking for Tom, but we know there's gonna be foot traffic on the roof, it's a roof. But it's just trying to limit that amount of foot traffic. You know, accidentally stepping on a ceiling or a ridge ceiling because this doesn't have your conventional ridge cap like on a house. It's a crimped seam at the ridges, so it's prone to.
It's really historically what it is.
Yes, I mean, if someone our size would accidentally step on that, you're probably gonna hit it.
You're saying that's required for the warranty as well as the offer.
Well, not necessarily start off.
But walking around, talking on.
If it's best for the county to hire a professional person to do it, why doesn't the county look into that and pay for it with hot funds? Because this is the biggest tourist attraction. It would definitely fall under hot. It's just a thought. Listening to all of this, if that's the best thing to me, the county should just reach out and try to find a professional person to decorate the courthouse and pay for it with hot.
I'm halfway there with you, obviously, I'm not loving their good choice, right? I'm not sure, personally, and they have been difficult to make the very good point, but, I'm not sure I will be in the business of lining for doing festivities. I get funding it, that makes perfect sense.
Well, funded, and pay for it with funds to get a professional company to come do it. And that covers everything.
I think it's over the five person, but it's not normal, we're looking at stuff like that. I think professionals are probably what's the help.
So what do you think we can talk about the first week? After you get a design, what lighting you want on the building for?
If a professional holiday lighting company could come up with a plan of some sort and kind of give us an idea of where they would anticipate needing electrical. We have no problem talking to them, you know, if someone is found and meeting them here and discussing it, but.
Okay, well, but it's almost May and things are running pretty fast, and I guess I'm just curious, because your company does a lot of historical buildings, the courthouse. You've been involved in a lot of historical buildings and courthouses. I have a feeling some of those are probably lit up. I don't know if any senses are, they're biggest here. And I was wondering why you don't already know what would be.
90, to be honest, Judge, 90% of those buildings are flat roofs, TPO roofs. They're not standing seam metal. This is probably the first standing seam roof I've replaced in 15 years on a courthouse. They just don't get replaced. And lighting up courthouse on flat TPO roof is not any type of an issue whatsoever. This is a little different, you know, being standing seam brand new. Obviously, if the roof wasn't going to get replaced, this would have never been taken. We in no way are suggesting, like you said earlier, that the event and the Christmas lighting should ever go away. We just think at this point, to protect your roof and things, it needs to be professional design. And we'll help in any way we can with that.
And that adds to your question, well, we've probably done 30 or 40 of these historic courthouses. And when they do have lights on a roof like that, they're permanent. They're designed into the build when we redo it.
When you say permanent, so Lano, let's take Lano for example. I don't know if you know that, Lano, but Lano, their lighting is more like a outline. I don't know what you call that, but an outline of the courthouse. These, for a couple of months, we're doing this stuff, it's the door sometimes. Sometimes they'll hang that, and sometimes they. It's a lot of lights.
Yes, sir.
All of it, and I'm not sure that permanent can be done.
Oh, no, I'm not suggesting, I was just relating that you were asking about other courthouses. And a lot of times, like I was saying, on the courthouses that have a Christmas display, a lot of times they incorporate the permanent when we do the work.
I do like that, you're trying to figure out something permanent.
Have you seen in some of your jobs where they're permanent, but they're projected?
Yes, sir.
On some of these modern projections, it's just pin line, right?
Yes, sir.
It's, you can do a cluster of those on one side of the building, they look like every one of them individual fire.
The problem that they ran into this past year with the construction, they tried to do a projection and the lights from everything else was overpowered it and you get to see the roof. Projection. So I know that Light Spectacular has already kind of reached out to a firm that might be that people that are looking for, that they might already even have a plan put together, hopefully. And we can try to just get that information to y'all and say, or get them to specify, you know, I want plugs A, B, and C. That would get that to y'all, and then y'all can come back to the judge and say, hey, these are the locations, this is what it's gonna take to get that electrical done, to get that resolved. As far as permanent lighting on the people, I know they do swags, I think my terminology, I got it right. So you can't have permanent swags, right? So maybe, I don't know if I ever would do one to do any LEDs surrounding the downlight. I know the night sky people will kill us if I try to push anything up. So, we gotta keep that in mind as well. So, anyway, I think that they're I think what you've given us is a pretty good game plan to get us some information to get to you to make a decision with the fact.
And that was the purpose of asking you all to come there and have this was a discussion, so that a game plan, I think. Could you put together?
One more point to what the judge, as he was mentioning the wire, I do know, my understanding from you say is these panels, 4-foot panels, 6-foot panels, whatever they are, they're hung with S hooks. So, you know, an idea, a thought process for you all to think about is to make sure how you can make those where they're not sliding. I don't want to go up there and sit high or that's what either. So it could be out of shape, really in shape. I don't know, but that would be something that maybe the lighting professionals can work correctly with you and say, hey, this is what we do in other places, and this is easy. Because it's not hard. So,
You're shaking your head, that probably,
I know if you finish the roof completely and they're gone, if we started doing electrical after that time, I don't see that being a big deal, because you can always come back and take care of anything we're doing. But yeah, I mean, if we could all have a goal of 2 months maybe to come up with an idea, review the idea and see where we're at and hash it out again.
It's reasonable. So, while you're here, and I don't know if we finished this discussion, but while you're here, and for the benefit of people in the room who may not. So the 4 offices that we had to put that you had to put the steel supports in, all the way to the.
4 upstairs and 4 downstairs.
Yes, sir. And 4 downstairs, are, now we're going to put that together. And the flooring, my reference to the flooring that's out there in the first floor of the courthouse, keep going. And we couldn't find it, it doesn't exist anymore. Which I think it was that old, and then they found a very decent comparison and similar one. And we're gonna put that in those 4 offices, yes.
The 4 upstairs and the 4 downstairs.
Yeah, there's only the downstairs ones, but the upstairs is fine, but the downstairs ones is on fire now.
Okay.
In those 4 offices. And what is it we're gonna do to, because the goal would be, if we had all kinds of money, we would do it now, but we don't. The goal would be to go ahead and do the whole bottom floor, good.
What I have the flooring, our flooring subcontractor working on right now is something similar to what we discussed a while back. He's trying to get the square footage of the rest of the building and let me know what purchasing that amount of flooring would be to have on hand for any future floors as y'all go along that you want to replace, or if you wanted to replace them right now.
But isn't that the installation is not the expensive part, it's the flooring.
The product, yes. And the other thing is that they don't keep the style for more than about 18 to 24 months. So if you put a floor down and you don't do your entire building, odds are you're never gonna find that floor again.
Okay, that's, I think, what we needed to hear. Okay, but there's more to come on that as well, right?
Yes, sir. And back to the painting real quick, I don't want to digress too much, but they came out, they looked, they didn't have everything in their quote like I asked for. So I had them come out last week, they looked again, and I should be getting something either this week or first next week.
So we're gonna ask them back for three things. Basically, 14, 4, and 1.
That's fine,
Right?
that's fine.
It's not something with this. Go. All right, I appreciate you all coming and, Commissioner, if you have more questions, I don't know, or you may have something you wanna add, this is what I wanted to get out on the table, that you have some recommendations and you're fairly strong in your feelings on it.
I'm good.
But to end on a slightly high note, You know, I still have the original schedule that you provided on your, Brown's schedule of basically going, well, that's the plan, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, just by observation, it's the plan, but it looks like that's not the fact.
Yes, we're all scheduled.
Okay. And so I know it too.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you guys get ready. I have an idea of the project.
No, I think he's working on the conversion project. That's why he's not here. Additional cybersecurity training that, there are 3 to 5 minute little blurps of, yes. And one thing is that he is been very, open about is that it will save us insurance or, money on our insurance with TAC.
I make a motion to add an additional cybersecurity training tool called Shield, at no cost to the Texas Association of Counties.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion. So what if this is to be like a burden company, everybody just.
We can stop. My understanding is if you take it and whatever, bad day and you just really flunk it bad, you just fail every question, then it is kind of specific to what your shortcomings were on a couple of tests, but it's like every quarter. It's not every week. It is very infrequent.
Set up an intervals based on that.
Yeah. I vaguely remember him saying quarterly.
Is it similar to the annual one?
It's it's only like 3 to 5 minutes. So it's a whole lot shorter. It's just maybe a question or two. And then you go on and you don't have anything else. It's constantly kind of poking at you. Okay, do you remember this or do you remember that?
Second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 10, the service agreement with Pilot Technologies, Walt. Need Brown.
Take a look at the technologies for the county clerk's office.
There a second? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Ms. McDonald?
This being moving forward to approve the purchase of, 16 more, or non-additional, replacing our GS200 scanners with, GS300 scanners. It's just an upgraded, scanner.
And
where you scan your house.
Yeah, I think the thing is to valid in the accounts.
Yes.
Okay, and the main impetus for this is, I can't remember if it's on the Secretary of State or federal agency, but somebody decided that the PS200 read information that, or that might be able to read information that they shouldn't.
Well, initially, I believe it was in 2025, there was an executive order to end or to get rid of barcodes in scanners or equipment. And as you know, our ballots have a barcode on them that have the different, your voter selection, what you voted.
Okay, that 2025 was just last year, so.
Right.
It's obviously been a constitutional election and there's been a primary, but it hasn't been a major election since then.
No.
And
you'll get this equipment before the November election?
Before the November election, yes, we plan to have it delivered in June, after the election.
So, according to ordinances, you need to comply.
Yes.
Touch screens, all that, they're staying, they're the same.
Yes, so the plan, for me right now is to replace these DS300s. Eventually the express votes, we have version 1 and 2. They will come out with version 3 of the touch screens where you print your ballot on. They will come out with a new one that will not have the barcode on there. The only thing that will be the barcode will be for, your precinct or your ballot style. But eventually, the ones that we have now, will be outdated and we'll need to purchase new express vote 3s. And in order to do that, you have to replace your DS300s first, because that's what they'll be compatible with.
Your voter will not see the different screen, I mean, they're comfortable with what they're seeing now.
Yes, everything is still gonna be the same. Actually, we're keeping what they call the trash cans. We're actually only replacing the scanners on top. We're not getting rid of the actual equipment. But yes, when we do eventually replace our, express votes, the screens will be the same.
This is just another piece of technology, right? And technology gets outdated, I think you need to.
Yes. Just an upgrade.
And you have a budget for it.
It is, we received a $70,000 grant from, I believe the original, HAVA election security grant was in 2020. And this is just another sub-grant that comes off of that HAVA grant.
That's what they're using by DS300.
Well, we're using some of that, but as you, I don't know if you recall, but we kind of budgeted, last year to kind of cover some of that cost. So yes, it is budgeted already.
So make a motion to purchase, the election system and software DS300 tabulation scanners in election management system standalone computer workstation pending county attorney approval.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Much further discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Very happy.
Thank you.
Item 12, verbal agreement. For the computer goal in the whole state.
Yes, we're getting ready to pave, Stokehead and Plant Road. And, Michael Jordan has, offered me, well, I asked him, he wouldn't ask me. I asked him if we could use the old police pit that his brother had. And he said, well, sure, and it's 150 yards off the road, but I wanted to bring this up before the court. So everybody would know we're not in there, doing personal work for them.
I'm stunned by the parentheses that says,
Old base bid.
no, approved by county attorney. So,
Yeah.
county attorney, you talked about a verbal agreement and agreement.
Well, county attorney approval, yes.
We did, yes, we had Kim on the phone and explained to her who he was. And she said she was good with it. I was shocked, but yes.
So with that, I'll make a motion to, it's a verbal agreement between Myron Jordan and county, base bid for storage of, property line.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Weezer, discussion. How many verbal agreements are we operating in right now?
Only one I've ever heard of.
Well, let's find out the record. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Abstain. Yeah.
We may,
But
Oh, so how's that work?
I felt I had to abstain from it.
So I'll make a motion to allow this verbal removal also.
Mr. Lisa makes the motion, Commissioner Riley seconds the motion. All, further discussions, all in favor say aye. All opposed, and that shows one abstention.
Yes, sir.
Item 13, rebut.
I make a motion to approve the replats of lot, 2021, 22, 23, and 24 of the ranches at Big Mountain for the new lots to be 20A, 20B, 21A, 22A, 23A, 23B, and 24A.
Is there a second? Now second. This looks like a. All in favor, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Did I see a bid, come in this morning?
June.
And is that, okay,
Yes, it was before 9 o'clock.
9 AM, that was a good one.
Yes, sir.
So item 14 is open.
All right, we got, one bid from Brook Paving and Construction LLC. That bid came in at $208,311.37 with a 180-day good, bid price on that. And I've got a second bid from Available Construction for the total bid of $118,341.60.
What was the first one?
$208,311.37.
Are they the same thing?
Absolutely.
It's all rolled over.
Yep, everything's on here.
What are they doing? What is this project?
So this is a project on, McCall Creek. They are going to go from 8 foot, coming from, center line of the road, 8 foot to the left, 8 foot to the right. Do a, 2 foot milling, 2 inches deep, clean that out, prime it, put in hot mix. And then do a, on both sides, and then do, chip seal the whole road from, Smithman Ranch to 281, about a mile and a half.
18 feet wide chip seal.
And 18 foot wide chip seal, and that's, everything is on there.
16 foot wide.
18 foot wide.
18 feet wide chip seal. What's all road is 20 foot wide.
What was the first part of it? You said 8 foot this way?
Yeah, 8 foot from the center of the road, okay? To a 2 foot.
Oh.
Because the edges on this, I mean, they're just shot. Perhaps
That's where they're running the elevation.
Two numbers, 208, 311.37 from Brook Paving and Construction. Ready? 118, 341, 160, Available Construction.
Okay.
Mr. Riley, what all are they using there? That's what I know.
It's, the choices were AC, or, 25 TR or AC 15 EP or asphalt work.
Are you?
Yes, yes. I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Available Construction in the amount of $118,341.60.
There's a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Item 15, Burns and Brickell. Item 16, make motion, you said second. Oh, second. Mr. Weir. All in favor, aye. All opposed.